A proposal to remake Brooklyn Center's police department is getting closer scrutiny. The plan, which the Brooklyn Center mayor called a new North Star for policing, was approved on a Saturday afternoon last month. The Brooklyn Center City Council approved the reform in a 4-1 vote. But there are still many details that need to be ironed out, and that includes how the city will implement the use of unarmed civilians to make traffic stops. Reporter Sonia Goen spoke with Mayor Mike Elliott to try to give us an update.
There's always going to be revisions to it and refinement to make sure that we're getting it right.
You got a warrant.
The police shooting of Dante Wright in April sent shockwaves through Brooklyn Center and across the country.
I think we are going to take a vote. Is that right? Okay, let's go.
The city council approved a resolution in May named after Wright and Kobe Mike Heisler, another man shot and killed by police during a mental health crisis nearly 2 years ago. The plan would revamp public safety by creating a community safety and violence and prevention department to oversee the police and fire departments.
First and foremost, responsibility is the public safety.
It also includes a policy to require officers to only issue citations for low-level offenses. Mayor Elliott wants to roll out this policy within a month.
We think that people shouldn't be there shouldn't be arrests of these minor misdemeanors that are non-felony, that are non-threatening to other people.
Also under the plan, unarmed civilians would respond to minor traffic violations. That particular idea, police union leaders say, is illegal.
You don't know if they're wanted by the police for something. You don't know if they just committed a crime. And on top of that, it's in violation of state statute. You have to be a licensed peace officer in this state to make traffic stops. You can't be an unarmed citizen.
We think that this is a policy that's going to make our roads safer.
Details about the unarmed civilian response team are on hold until an implementation committee is formed. That committee will be made up of public health experts and members of the community. Applications to serve on the committee will be accepted on the city's website starting this week. Mayor Elliott wants the committee staffed within a month, but he says the entire police reform policy will take time to fully implement.
When do we want to have these programs in place? As soon as possible. And quite honestly, I'm hoping that by next year, this time, that we'll already have all these programs set up.
Now, I also asked Mayor Elliott about how long these police barricades would be up, and he said probably until the trial of former police officer Kim Potter, which is scheduled to begin in December. In Brooklyn Center, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
Down the stretch they come. Minnesota lawmakers have until Wednesday to complete their work to avoid a partial state government shutdown. Among the unfinished business, a public safety bill, which funds courts and prisons. It includes some police accountability measures, too. Local lawmakers tell CCX News that a deal is reached, but expressed great disappointment that many provisions were left out. One of those not included was a policy to end police stops for minor infractions. What legislative leaders did include is the creation of a database to detect problem officers. House Speaker Melissa Hortman of Brooklyn Park previously stated the public safety bill would be the last one that gets done. Authorities have identified the victim of a shooting outside a Brooklyn Park ethnic food market who later died. 22-year-old Alamin Shabazz of Robbinsdale died of multiple gunshot wounds. It happened outside the Nice Family African Market. Police say the shots fired narrowly missed others inside the store. At last check, police had not made arrests, and the investigation continues. There's another graduation success story involving a New Hope nonprofit that trains service animals. But as Neil Persley reports, one dog trained at Canines will not have to travel far and can even come back for visits.
That is the face of a working dog. Ryder is the 3-year-old black lab who helps Katie Schlenk, who suffers from a neurological condition.
A big part of what he does for me is if I'm feeling a seizure coming on, he gets my medicine.
Schlenk suffers from seizures. What makes her story unique is the Robbinsdale resident also volunteers at Canines, working the front desk.
If I send him to go get medication and then I lay down on the couch, he knows what's happening. I don't have to command him or ask him to jump up on top of me. He just jumps up on top of me because that's what they trained him to do.
Canines trains dogs to help people in need in a variety of ways, including assisting people prone to seizures.
He jumps up on top of me and we lay there. And then I found that my seizures last a lot less. They are often shorter, they're less intense.
Katie was a volunteer here for a couple years. She helped raise dogs, so all of our dogs are raised both in homes and in our prison program by inmates, and she was one of our volunteers. And I don't think she was thinking at all about getting a dog to help her, but it became obvious to her during her volunteering with us that that was an option.
Ryder recently graduated from Can Do Canines and is a welcome addition to the family.
I have a child at home, and so it's really great to be able to kind of tuck myself away, send Ryder to get my meds, and he comes and he's with me. I know my husband can take care of my son, and Ryder can take care of me.
Katie says she'll continue to volunteer at Can Do Canines for the foreseeable future. In New Hope, Neil Persley, CCX News.
And finally, this segment, the last supermoon of 2021. Photojournalist Dustin Scholl captured this supermoon, which occurs when the moon is at its closest point to Earth in orbit. This one is also called the strawberry moon, or the first full moon of summer, named after the strawberry harvesting season.
We'll start our 2021 CCX Sports All-Area Softball team in the pitching circle.
And a rip and a miss as Daniels.
In Maple Grove, number 9, Bella Daniels. The senior was 14-5 on the season with an ERA of 1.73 and 126 strikeouts in 113 innings pitched. Hopkins, number 36, Signe Dose, played infield, outfield, and pitched for the Section 6-4A champion Royal.
Two pitch called strike 3 on the outside corner.
The sophomore was 10-3 as a pitcher with 130 strikeouts in just 80 innings. At the plate, Dose hit .515 with 9 doubles and 9 home runs. Park Center's number 2, McKenna Dugas, helped lead the Pirates to their first postseason win since 2014. She topped the team in all pitching categories, including 138 strikeouts in 97 innings. As the Pirates' leadoff hitter, Dugas led the team in runs scored, stolen bases, and was second in batting average, hitting .419. Benilde St. Margaret's pitcher number 15, Tibby Stewart, was a big reason why the Red Knights won the Section 6-3A title.
And there's a called third strike.
Stewart won 16 games with 198 strikeouts in 142 innings.
And there's a rope into center field, and it's going to skip.
At the plate, she was a big threat, batting .400 with 13 extra base hits, while leading the team in runs batted in with 22. Our catchers include number 32, Hopkins standout junior Lauren Granger. The All-Metro player hit .450 with 12 home runs and 30 runs batted in. Outstanding behind the plate with a strong arm, Granger also calls all the team's pitches.
Ooh, and that one is slugged down the left field.
Number 13, Park Center's Brooke Dobler burst onto the scene as a freshman this season.
That's hit well out into left field, back, and it's gone.
Dobler led the Pirates in batting average at .446 and also topped the team in home runs, slugging, and on-base percentage. An outstanding catcher with a quick release, she was named All-Conference and All-Section 6-3A. Our infielders include number 10, Champlin Park shortstop Alyssa Blaska. The junior hit .411 and played a solid middle infield for the Rebels. Blaska was All-Conference, All-Section, second-team All-Metro, and second-team All-State. Maple Grove's number 6, Elizabeth Berry, led the Crimson with a .444 batting average. Good in the field and at the plate. Out! Berry was first on her team in 7 offensive categories.
Here's Berry, drives this one deep.
The junior is a 2-time All-Conference player, plus was All-Section and All-State honorable mention this year. Benilde St. Margaret's number 13, Sophie Melsness, was second to Tibby Stewart in batting average for the Red Knights. The shortstop hit .397 with a team-high 15 extra base hits and walks, plus 12 stolen bases. Whitesaddle's number 7, Mandy Pelletowski, played both infield and pitch for the Trojans. We'll use her as an infielder.
Lined into center field, that's a base hit.
Pelletowski hit .347 with 10 doubles, 5 home runs, 19 RBIs, and 21 runs scored. As a pitcher, she struck out 109 batters. She was all-conference and voted the Trojans team MVP. Number 6, Bella Jacobson of Armstrong was a 4-year letter winner for the Falcons.
Drops down a very good bunt.
An all-Northwest Suburban Conference player this spring, Jacobson hit .407 and was a strong fielder and leader for the Falcons. Our outfielders include Maple Grove's number 1, Sydney Hockett.
To center, deep in center, making a nice catch is Hockett.
Second-team All-State senior hit .425 with 7 doubles, 11 runs scored, and 11 RBIs.
And it's gone.
Hockett is a 2-time All-Northwest Suburban Conference player. Champlain Park's number 3, Aaron Reardon, hit .402 for the Rebels. A strong center fielder, Reardon was Champlain Park's team MVP. Senior was also named All-Conference, All-Section, and Academic All-State. Whitehead's number 13, Olivia Ream, was All-Lake Conference, plus All-Section, and the Trojans team MVP in 2021. Ream was perfect in the field this season, and at the plate she hit .447 with 13 extra base hits, 16 RBIs, and 25 runs scored.
To view the honorable mention selections for softball, please visit our website version of this story at ccxmedia.org. John Jacobson, CCX Sports.